Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my pre-arrival favorites for Mister Supranational 2022. Welcome! So this is already my pre-arrival favorites for Mister Supranational 2022 and some of the contestants are already on their way to Poland to compete for the title to be the successor of Varo Vargas from Peru. And after watching all their performances in SupraChat and also based on everything that I've seen, here's my current top 20. Starting with my number 20, Namibia, Jean-Louis Canodes. I mean, there's no way that this one will not make the first cut because to me, he's the best speaker in this group. Period. Number 19 goes to Nepal. Sanish Shrestha, being one of the good speakers of this batch and with the voting capacity of his people, I feel like he's got the possibility of winning SupraChat and hopefully get a placement in the first cut. Although, if ever that will not happen, I still feel he would make it because he's a good speaker. But if he wanted to go farther, he needs to step up his game a little bit. My number 18 goes to Italy. Giuseppe Santagata, one of the biggest surprises in the SupraChat as well. I'm just in love with his personality and he's just so likable and it is impossible for me to leave him out. I mean, he deserves to be here. However, I am not a huge fan of the facial hair though. I felt like it needs a little bit of trimming, but trimming just to make it look better. However, let me just say that if he thinks it looked great on him, then let it be. Because anyway, that's his choice. But to me, that's what I think. My number 17 goes to the Czech Republic. Jiri Perut. He's extremely charming and got a very likable personality as well, and I feel like he's definitely someone that cannot be ignored by the judges to put in the first cut. I am hoping that he'll give us some more surprises post-arrival. My number 16 goes to Zimbabwe. Tatay Janike. I think he's the African flag bearer this year. He was great during the SupraChat, and after I checked his profile, he actually looked amazing. And I will not be surprised if he'll be a dark horse in this competition. And actually, I could see him as someone who could surprisingly penetrate the top 10. So that's something that I'm looking forward to see once they all arrive and once the real battle begins. Number 15 goes to Indonesia. Matthew Gilbert. He looks great and I love his recent photo shoots. I'd say Indonesia will most definitely continue the placement based on what I've seen so far. For the public speaking, he's definitely a confident speaker. Just try to work on eliminating the pageant cliche responses because he's got potentials. He just needs to be more realistic and personal with his responses. My number 14 goes to Greece. Leonidas Amphilokios. I am surprised at how I overlooked this one before. Thanks to SupraChat because I actually noticed that he's extremely charming. He's actually very good looking as well. And he's got charisma and that hypnotizing beauty. And he speaks okay too. So I see a contender in him and actually he could be even higher in the next leaderboards. Number 13 goes to Puerto Rico. Heriberto Rivera. Well, I have already said it in my review before that I'm a little bit disappointed with his performance in the SupraChat, but I still think he could do it. I mean, the competition has just started and physical aspect wise, he got the looks, the body, and the face. And if he works on his speaking skills, he might actually go up and overtake others and get one of the top spots. Number 12 goes to Venezuela. Anthony Gallardo. Venezuela just made a last-minute replacement and in a way, I'm happy with his replacement. I think he's got a fresher look that could work, but one thing that I'm foreseeing is that there are times, especially on the national pageant that I've watched where he competed, there's a possibility for him to look a little bit plain. And that's something that they really need to work on quickly. I'm not sure if they prepared him for Mister Supranational simply because they made a sudden last minute change. Hopefully they do. Because there's definitely a large shoes to fill after what William Badell pulled last year. But I'm still hopeful because there are some photos of him, videos of him that impressed me too. So I'm still on the fence for now. Number 11 goes to France. Pierre Bondon. I think he met my expectations. He looked amazing, and although there's still some polishing when it comes to delivery in public speaking, I am 100% sure that he's going to make it. Going far is still a question though, and that's something that we can answer once the real competition begins. But we mustn't underestimate France because he's got the package to do really well. The number 10 goes to Malta. Ron Bonsfield. Based on what I have observed, you can really notice that Malta is an experienced candidate when it comes to pageants. He's very confident in public speaking. He's actually one of the good speakers too. He's like polished, and the only thing that he needs to work on is consistency and make sure that he could stand out, because there's really a tendency for him to be overshadowed by others. So hopefully he could work on that, because he's also one of the candidates that I'm expecting to do really, really well. My number 9 goes to Poland. Jakub Kowalewski. Well, Poland always get a placement, but I will not be surprised if this one enters the top 5 this year. He's one of the best that they've sent, and he's good in interviews too, if you have watched his performance in SupraChat, and I believe that's going to help him a lot. My number 8 goes to the United States. Keith Williams. I feel like this is a little bit low, and I feel like this one will be hard to beat when he makes it in the top 5. Based on his overall appeal, I feel like he's got the package to bring him on the high rankings, and when he holds that microphone, he'll be unstoppable. I didn't put him in the top 5 for now because I feel like others may overtake him in other parts of the competition, like the swimwear, like the formal wear. But one thing is sure though, if this man slips into the top 5, it could be game over. Although I'm still looking forward to see how he performed, because honestly I would love to put him in my top 5. But for now, I think this spot is good. My number 7 goes to Spain. Manuel Endele, one of the strongest candidates as well, but I see him as on the fence and in and out of my top 5 as of the moment. He's either top 10 or top 5 for now. I think he's good enough to go far, but he needs to be consistent because others are catching up. But this is someone that we mustn't underestimate too, because I feel like he is coming to win this competition. Number 6 goes to Thailand. Tinaropakorn Muang Mai, the most polished candidate during the SupraChat, and I am completely blown away at how good he looked, and even in his photo shoots, he looked incredible. Also, aside from his physical looks, I also like his personality. He's fun, confident, and just radiates positive energy every time I see him, and I will be very happy if he finished high in this competition. But of course, that would still depend on his performance. If he doesn't deliver, then I don't really mind if he doesn't make it or place low. But if he does deliver, I'll be very happy and I'll be very supportive. Now let's go to my top 5. Hi! I am so sorry. Let me just go ahead and interrupt you a little bit. Please don't forget to follow me on my Instagram account, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also if you wanted to support my channel, you can do so through this. Okay? Please don't forget. And let's go ahead and go back to the video. Bye! Starting with my number 5, Belgium. Jentel van Horbeke. He didn't get my attention before, but after the SupraChat performance, I'm just amazed. I mean, if you ask me, I think overall performance, he gave one of the best performances. He definitely got one of the biggest leap in my personal leaderboard. And with everything I've seen so far, I feel like Belgium is on the way to not only make it to the top 5, but also the possibility of winning. Because once he enters top 5, he's also one of the strong speakers that we need to watch out for. He's a very deep thinker, great voice as well, and amazing answers all the time. My number 4 goes to Peru. Nicola Roberto, another candidate that I can see as one of the potential winners this year, and I think there's a high possibility. He's got the looks, the charisma, and he was just phenomenal during the SupraChat. He's indeed the rightful person to defend the title, and actually, he might do that successfully. My number 3 goes to Vietnam. Bui Xuan Dat. It was my choice to win for his group in SupraChat, and that already shows that he can speak. In overall packaging, he is just super ready to dominate. Although he didn't win based on the result, but based on his performance, I think he could deliver, especially if he makes it in the top 5. Vietnam has been dominating male pageants, and he will do it in Mister Supranational 2. I am confident that he is one of the candidates that could easily sail through to the top 5. My number 2 goes to Argentina. Angel Olaya. Well, before the SupraChat, I already knew how good he is, how good he is through his performances in the Superstar Search. And with his continuous improvement, I can say that he'll be one of the strong contenders in Mister Supranational this year. Good looking and a very, very eloquent speaker. And I have shared the photo that he shared, his most recent photo shoot. Super, super handsome. But as of the moment, the current number 1 for Mister Supranational 2022 pre-arrival leaderboard goes to Mexico. Moises Peñalosa. I love Mexico so much. Aside from his incredibly handsome face and amazing body, I think there's something about him that screams an easy top 5 contender. I like his performance in SupraChat, and if he could be in the top 5, he could take home Mexico's second victory. And he's got an amazing personality too, especially if you follow him on his social media. So that's it. This is my current ranking, my pre-arrival favorites for Mister Supranational 2022, and I am looking forward to your commentaries about my ranking and my winners so far. So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.